Plaintiff Ardelia Ali dated the defendant, and she claims after they broke up, the defendant started telling her crazy stories in an attempt to get her back. Ardelia says the defendant even told her that he had been shot in the head, and she's suing him today because she purchased a car from him, but he never gave her the title. Defendant James Bowders says when he first started dating Ardelia, he heard that she was high maintenance, so he took her to the dollar movie on their first date to see if it was true. James refuses to reimburse the plaintiff for anything because he claims Ardelia was delinquent on her car payments.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Tell me what happened.
Okay, in 2007, me and James Bowders, we had broken up. For James to get my attention, he started calling me and telling me different crazy stories. One incident, he told me that he left $3,200 worth of weed in my TV.
That's not true.
In your television?
In my television. He called me while I was at work. He told me that
you couldn't smell it when you turned it on.
I told him, I said, if you left it in the television, I would smell it.
Yeah,
it would be burning.
It would be burning.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not true. Your Honor, I had left some money in her house.
No, he did not.
In the television?
But it wasn't anywhere near that amount either.
No. When he called me at work, he said, would I let his cousin that I did not know in my apartment? I said, no, I'm not going to let him in my apartment. He was like, well, I left $3,200 worth of weed in in the television. I was like, that don't sound right, James.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's what I told you. So when I told him that did not make any sense,
and you were turning the TV on.
Yeah, I was watching TV for 4 months. That's when I moved in my apartment. So I was in my apartment.
That was a lot of weed you was smoking.
I don't smoke weed, but like I said.
4 months and you don't smell it every time you turn the TV on, it lights a fire, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's an electrical switch. Boom.
Yeah.
You go over to the back of the TV, getting your contact high.
So I looked in the TV just in case. And then so I told him, I was like, there's no weed in the TV. So he was like, well, I left it in an event. I was like, there's no way you could put some weed in the vent because it's high in the...
That's not true.
Go ahead, ma'am.
It was up high in the ceiling and it's a small vent.
Okay.
Prior to that story, I received a text message from his phone saying he got shot in the head. So...
That's not true either.
So the next day I was at work, he calls me. Music playing in the background. How you doing? What's up? I'm like, hold on, what happened yesterday? I just got text saying you had got shot in the head. He was like, well, no, I got shot in the ear. And I was like, what happened? And he was like, well, I was driving my cousin's car. Somebody followed me and they robbed me, stripped me down to my boxers and t-shirt, took my shoes. And I said, okay, well, if you got shot in the head, what did you do at home? And why did you playing loud music? He said, oh, that's it. Let me tell him to turn it down. So I'm like, okay, James. I said, that don't even make no sense.
So he was telling you these ridiculous things to try and get back in your favor or to maintain some type of communication.
Get back with me. Thinking I was going to come up and
what ultimately happened? Did you all get back together?
No. All right. So when I moved back home, he ended up seeing me at my job. And he ended up calling the store and was like, I want to say sorry for all the little lies I told you. I just want us to be friends. So he knew I loved his kids. So he ended up bringing his son, one of his kids, to my store. And so then we became friends. So in April 09, he was selling his Impala. So I needed a car. So I was like, let me buy your car from you.
This is the car you're suing over?
Yes.
All right, let me allow him to give some background.
Okay, first of all, I met her in 07, and we exchanged phone numbers, we began talking, but I had heard from a few friends that she was a little high maintenance, a little bougie, so I ended up taking her to the dollar show for our first date.
The dollar show?
The dollar show.
Let her know you wasn't a sucker like the rest of these guys.
Yeah, because I've been played before, so I was like, no, let me go to the dollar show. So I went to the dollar.
Send a clear message.
No, that's not,
I remember what she was wearing when we went. I don't remember the movie, but I remember.
Let the man take you to a dollar show on the first date?
No, that's not the case. First off, he was drunk when he approached me
That's
outside.
even worse. You let a drunk man take you to the dollar show.
No, I was not even going to talk to him. Only reason why I called him because I was bored that day. He came to the store after he seen me at the bar.
Why didn't you tell the man to take you to a real movie?
No, it was a movie I wanted to see anyways. That was not our first date. We went to dinner while he trying to play like I'm bougie, I'm high maintenance. Yeah, I'm high maintenance from all the other little chicks you deal with.
Where did we go to dinner at?
My favorite restaurant, La Esperanza.
No, we went there in the daytime.
No, we did not.
We went there on my lunch break.
Where'd you
from
go?
work.
You wasn't even working at the time.
That was not the first date. The first date was
No, he is
to La Esperanza, but it was in the daytime.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let me allow you to complete your story.
All right.
All right. Took her to the dollar movie.
Yeah, and she was cool with it. Everything was all right.
Loved it.
Yeah, well, she didn't love it, but I mean, she didn't complain at all.
Okay.
So,
Did you get her some stale popcorn?
yeah, you know.
Watered down pop? Just
Old candy.
old candy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so but she was cool with that, so it was all right. I have 3 children that I'm seeking custody of right now, and I'm pretty strict on who I let around them because their mother has had a lot of stepfathers, so I didn't want a lot of stepmoms coming around. So she was the first one that I actually introduced them to, and she was real good with the kids. The kids liked her. Everything went well. Everything went real.
So what happened to the relationship before we get to the car payment she's suing you for?
She ended up getting her own job, or a new job, in 2 hours away. She got her own store, so she had moved there. And we tried the long distance thing, but it really just didn't work. And I had a feeling that she was talking to somebody else. The guy that's her baby's father right now, that's who I had a feeling she was talking to, but she was like, no, she claimed that she wasn't messing with him.
All right, let's get to the refund, ma'am, you're suing him about. How does he owe you for a refund of car payments?
The deal with him was that he was going to sell me a car for $250.
It was his car.
Yeah, it was his
He was going to
Impala.
sell it to you for $250.
Yes.
$250?
2050.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. May 2nd of 2009, I gave him $1050. The agreement was every month I give him $200, and then at the last payment, I get the title
That's
in
not
hand.
true either. It was supposed to be $300.
Your Honor, no,
Sir,
it
I'll
was.
allow you.
I have the papers right here with in his handwriting and our signature on both of them.
Saying what again?
Saying that, I gave him $1050 on May the 2nd, 2009, and then every month it's $200. After that, in the last payment, I get title in hand. I made 2 payments after I did the $1050. For a month and a half, I was calling Bowders. He was not answering none of his phone calls. He was not returning my calls.
Calling him to give him money?
Yeah, so I can get the title because I was getting another job and it was training out of.
But you were ready to make the last payment.
Yes.
Did you tell him why you were calling?
Yeah, look, I couldn't even leave no messages.
Did you text him? No, I know you couldn't leave messages.
Yes, I
you text him and say, James, I want to give you money.
Yes, I text him everything.
And he never responded.
Never responded to none of my text
That
messages.
doesn't sound reasonable.
At the end of August, I came into work later that day. One of my part-timers had asked me, had gave me a message and said, your secret admirer said, call him. So I knew it was him. So I called him. I was like, where you been? I've been calling you and texting you and you ain't answering none of my calls. He was like, oh no, something was wrong with my phone. I had to get a whole new phone because the number they gave me was a whole different number than what I had. So I was like, okay, let's meet up so I can give you the money for the car. And then I said, you got the title, right? And he was like, yeah.
So that just sounds odd. You already have the man's car.
Yeah.
You owe him money. You called to give him money for the car that you have.
Yes.
And he doesn't respond.
He's not responding until the end of August. So I'm like, okay, let's meet up. We had to meet up before 1 o'clock because I had an appointment. So then he was like, well, I got the title, but child support still has the title. And I'm like, okay, well, they can just give me the title after I, give them the money.
Show evidence that you've bought the car. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then he was like, well, you know what? You trying to play me. You're not trying to give me my money. I'm like, what are you talking about, James? I'm trying to give you the money. I just need the title. This was our agreement. I get the title, you get the money. So then he started going up. Well,
you get the title after you pay him the last payment.
It was exchanging hands. I give him money, he gives me the title.
Did you?
He didn't want to meet up. He started going off saying I was trying to play him.
So you all never met up?
That is true. No, we never met up. He's like, you own the car. You don't owe me nothing.
Let me hear from him, sir.
Okay, when she said, I'd like to see the contract too, because the contract
Let me see the contract.
Yep, it's in his handwriting.
The contract was supposed to be $300 a month.
No, it's $200 and it's his handwriting and everything. He signed it every time.
It's supposed to be $300 a month. Then why did you pay me $250 a month?
No, I gave you $250 just to give you extra money to pay it off.
No, because you were $50 short and I was still
I have a
cool
witness
with
here
it.
she could tell you she was there when he came in there to get the money from me and I gave him $200.
She didn't say anything. She was getting shoes for somebody.
No, she wasn't. She was out there when you came in there and signed it.
Oh, ma'am, please. You altered this.
Thank you. I swear to God, it was $300 a month.
No, I did not, Your Honor. I did not alter that. I did not alter that.
It is very clear that you altered it.
No, Your Honor, I did not.
Because I
Your
remember
claim is dismissed. Have a good day.
Oh my God, are you
altered that?
I did not alter that, and you know I did
You
not
did.
alter
Oh, my
that.
mom and my children.
No,
You altered
Brian,
it. You supposed to pay $300 a
No, it
month
was
and you paid $250.
Okay, why is you
Stop
lying?
being broke. Get some money. Get some money.
Really? Stop
being
selling
broke.
weed. Get your kids. Get
I don't
your
sell
kids,
weed.
fool.
Stop selling people a
Oh,
dream.
really? Really, James? Really? And you know you
Are
sat
you
up there and
mad?
lied.
Are you
I'm
mad?
pissed off. I'm straight pissed off.
'Cause your claim
you
is
know you owe
dismissed?
me the money, so don't even play.
Well, I got a
you
car.
even said that. His text message.
Money.
I hope you get the money. I hope you get the money.
I got
Don't
a
even
car.
play. Really?
I still
Okay,
got it in
James.
Impala.
Really?
I'll come pick you up and if you want me to. We can go to the dollar
Yeah, you
store.
still want me. You still
dollar
want me.
store.
Still texting me.
Nobody
Oh, can I
want
take
you.
you shopping when we get to
Girl,
Chicago?
please.
Baby, it's text messages. You see this?
The court is dismissed.
Whatever.
You
Stop
have no
calling.
money.